Some people might be glad to hear this. I disappeared from social media for about 8 years because it nearly got me killed. Okay? Couple settings on Facebook, like I'm at Walgreens in Florida, I'm at Ocean Shore condominiums, a note left on my car by someone that said, I know where you are. A fire started. Someone tried to set me on fire. I deleted everything for all this time. Didn't even look. One day, recently, I looked at X platform because I thought it was going to be, much different. Like freedom of speech, but it ain't. It's worse. However, I don't need to participate anymore. At all. I like a little Instagram. There's a couple people I follow. As far as like, sometimes I might drop something funny. But truthfully, I want to save my jokes. I don't want to leak. Some of them are pretty good. Anyway, I'll stick around for a while. Because one day I just picked up the phone and Googled Martin Kirsten. I always thought he was a black man. I didn't want to see that guy. Lo and behold, there he was doing an interview. You know, guilty people do run straight to a pastor or a priest. Usually it's something radical so they can hide behind God. And wouldn't you know it, that guy asked him the dreaded question, a few years back, what about, that? And he didn't like answering that. The pastor said, 6 months of your life you were investigated. It caused strife in your marriage. You know what I mean? Did he really think that pastor wasn't going to say something to get himself recognition for that controversy? Do you feel that pastor was being godly at all? I don't. But I sat there and watched. I looked at his hands. I looked at his mannerism. And dead ass guilty, okay? Look at the size of his hands. And then I started leaning toward, you know what? Maybe it was the Clintons. Chester Bennington bending and Christopher bending his ear to listen to someone who might be a megalomaniac, an embellisher, making things more than they are, Pizzagate. Nevertheless, Chester was in Haiti with them. John Podesta, rumored to be Chester Bennington's real father, confused. Podesta's a member of Hillary's cabinet and Bill's, they've been friends for a long time. And he said to Christopher that they were rounding up little children and stealing them. I don't know. I don't know what to believe. Then he told him about cosmic pinball and Pizzagate, and all that. And then he killed himself on Christopher's birthday, totally unrelated to the death of Christopher Cornell. Total fallacy. Two men weren't looking for the right time to expose Pizzagate. So now that I've seen what I saw today, Vicky, are you looking to flee because you were behind your mom with your hair dyed blonde, and your mom was crying out that Soundgarden did something evil that night? Evil mixed evil, pointing a finger at them. Why? Because the foundation was siphoned. And Christopher already knew that. Okay? Who is the sole person that can withdraw that money? You know who it is, and I won't say it. Follow the money trail. That was my recommendation to the FBI. Follow the money trail of that foundation. And on the end of those withdrawals, who cashed the donation checks? Follow the trail, and you will find who's responsible for that. Because he obviously knew that it didn't go to anyone. Millions. Nearly 2/3 of his salary over the years went into that fund. He paid for his own murder. Okay? She fought with Kim Thale badly over the catalog. And they won't give it up. Enough is enough. She brought so much negative attention to herself while they were with a magnifying glass looking through computer records and everything else unknowingly. To me, they never gave up. They never gave up. They found what they were looking for. That mother-in-law and her had to be approached by some higher law enforcement than just Wayne County Sheriff and Police Department. All right? Because I thought they had left it right there. He was important. It deemed further investigation. I did recognize that pastor said you were investigated for 6 months. Nobody gets investigated for 6 months if they don't suspect foul play. The only people in that hallway that night was Kim, Martin, one hotel employee, and a few officers. And inside, and questions were asked, why'd you wait so long to call? Blah, 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 blah. Okay. Paramedics were inside. No. They waited so long to call. He was fixed, dilated, and cold. Nobody pounded on him so hard that they broke his ribs trying to revive him. That did not happen. It did not bribe to say that over the radio. I would not doubt that, hey, it was bad. The lies, the threats, it was bad. They chose Michigan, Detroit, because it's the highest crime rate, I do believe, in the whole United States. So just in case we get caught, we will blame it on a random crime. Can't be a random crime if Christopher is sitting in his room after that concert dying like, oh, I'm so tired. So tired. Right? Apple TV? No way. Nobody cared about no remote. That was never requested. You can't prove it. It's nowhere on record, in a text, in a message, nothing. He lied. It was a total lie. He got some receptionist. Christopher paid a receptionist to say that he asked for TV. Yes, he paid for all this. Financially. Bye. They're busted.